We're going to be presenting our solution for cyber protection for IoT home devices. Those are the devices that cameras, locks, speakers, home automations, all the devices in your house which are not mobile or PC but are connected to the internet. Today they are not protected from cyber threats.
The bots are pretty much everywhere. Every mobile app, every website is being attacked by bots. Some of the bots are actually good, like the Google bot, which indexes the whole web and lets us search for things. So we want certain bots, but there's a lot of bots that we as business owners do not want them in our app, and even as consumers, we do not want them interacting with us.
The situation today, and we see it every day with news articles, hackers can tap into the home routers or other devices in your network, and from there they can attack every device in your home. For example, they can steal private information, can look at images or videos you send, they can impersonate and do online shopping for you, and they can use the device for any activity they want. Definitely not what you meant for it to be.
We all know about bots, for example, in social media and the election of 2016, and this is still something that's in the news. So therefore, pretty much our social networks are infiltrated with a lot of non-human actors inside of them, and they can really sway public opinion. These are propaganda tools. Can they be used by state governments? Maybe they're private enterprises.
So what is your solution that you're presenting here and at CES Las Vegas 2019?
So what we're bringing to the table is really a new generation technology for bot detection, which is based on behavioral biometrics, which means that we are actually collecting the sensor data of the device and the way the human interacts with it. For example, you're right now holding a device that is recording me, and there's an accelerometer in there, and there is a gyroscope in there, and it's very, very sensitive. And when you touch your device, those sensors also interact. So we have a machine learning model that we've been developing for 3 years, which pretty much tells us in real time if the way you're using your phone right now, whatever app or whatever website it is actually done by a human or not.
So tell us about your solutions. What's the direction that you're taking to counter these threats?
Okay, we believe the end consumer is not willing to pay for a solution yet, so we are targeting the vendors of those devices. We created a software which we deploy on the device itself. It gives it's called EDR, Endpoint Detection and Response. It's an active solution that monitors the device and the network around the device, stops and protects from cyber attacks, and also finds vulnerabilities on the device itself. So we help the vendor of the device to sustain his business by not being affected from cyber criminals.
Can you tell us about the target audience for this?
Well, right now we're focusing on big companies that are usually big targets of these bot developers, whether they're e-commerce websites, social networks, gaming companies. There's a lot of advertising fraud which is affecting you as a journalist. Your actual pay stub at the end of the month is probably affected by the amount of money your publication generates, so media companies as well. Even scalping companies, when you're buying a ticket to the Warriors and the sale goes live because LeBron is playing, and those tickets disappear in the 1 minute, that's not humans. Those are bots that are buying those tickets and scalping them. So we can also stop that kind of thing.
Everything is developed in Israel, but the industry in Israel of IoT is not so developed in terms of vendors. We are working with few Israeli vendors, but most of them are in the US and Europe at the moment.
What do people say when they hear that it's an Israeli company?
Innovation.